Yo, yo, welcome to the Big Take. This is your host, John Red, here to bring you the biggest take in professional open bodybuilding. And I'm about to give you guys my Arnold 24 top 10 predictions. So, my top five, I feel really strongly about. I'm pretty good with that one. When I start getting 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm a little iffy. But let's start out right at number one, Hadi Chupan. I mean, what can you say about Hadi? He's just elite. I mean, the guy gets it done after one time, after another, after another. I mean, the dude looks like Thing from Fantastic Four. Shit movie, but he looks like Thing. He's prepping for all these shows in the US, not even knowing if he's gonna make it to the US. How you gonna go through all of that dieting, all that exercise, and you don't even know, it's not even a guarantee he's gonna get his green card. So that aside, the dude's a psychopath. He's kind of a Nick Walker. They're a little socio, a little sketch. Something wrong, something off, but it works out. Not to say you can't be like a killer in the sport and not be a socio. It's like the Kobe LeBron comparison. Kobe's just like a maniacal, fucking twisted, and LeBron's kind of chill. But they both have a lot of accolades. They're both in that top 5 argument, whatever you want to say, top 10. I'm a big Kobe fan, but that's a different sport. We're talking about bodybuilding. So, Hadi's a psycho. The whole thing that happened at the Olympia where he walked off stage, I was a fan of that moment. I thought it was pretty badass. I think it shows you how competitive he is and how he really feels about it. So that's it with Hadi. I'm not putting my money on nobody but Hadi. How could you? I can't. Number 2, obviously, Samson Dowda. Samson's progressed at a higher rate than arguably anybody in the sport within the last year. Nick Walker, you can obviously make an argument for him. I think that one thing that people don't remember, if you watch Bro Chat enough, you would remember, is right before the Arnold Classic, post Olympia, going into the Arnold Classic 23, where he won, is like the first time in a very, very long time Samson took Trembolone, however the fuck you say it. But it's kind of that Ronnie Coleman effect. Ronnie he was a professional bodybuilder for several years before he started taking steroids, and then he just blew up. It's like all that hard work that he put in naturally just built up like a balloon, and then he took the steroids, just popped the motherfucking balloon, and he blew up. Shit's pretty impressive. So Samson, I mean, his updates have been crazy. One of his weaknesses that I thought, I mean, he's pretty complete, but I always thought his delts were a little bit little. I thought it made his most muscular look kind of weird, but he didn't fix that. The most muscular looks way better. Obviously, he's got the narrow back and the back double, yada yada, but the dude is a beast. So, I mean, according to his updates, a lot of people have him in first. I'm not one of them, but Samson at 2. Third, my 3 and 4 are tough for me. These two guys are both dark horses for me. And no, it's not Horse MD, but it's James at 3 and Rafael Brandao at 4. Now, both of these guys took a year off, so they've had plenty of time to build up muscle, get their mind right, maybe take some time off the drugs, clear out their system, yada yada. So James, guys, James looks fucking great. I think people don't understand how big this guy is. They're not grasping how large James is. If you remember when James went against Andrew fucking Jack, who's that guy? Who's that guy? Yeah, Andrew Jack. He went against Andrew Jack in the Arnold Classic Europe, and he was big. He did not look little next to Andrew Jack. Size-wise, he's very comparable. I don't know if you guys remember Andrew Jack in his first pro show. I think it was Tampa Pro 23, 22 or something like that. He made Steve Kuklo look like a little boy. And Steve Kuklo is big. Now, mind you, Steve came in a lot more depleted than he usually does. He kind of came in looking for that real cut-up look. And because he's always been known for coming, when he was competing, he's known for coming in like really full, kind of like Jake Cutler. He's just a big G.I. Joe looking motherfucker, just a big box. You know what I mean? Really, really good athlete. But nonetheless, Andrew Jack made that guy look tiny. And you make James look tiny, so you got to look out for James. James has some of the grainiest skin muscle development in the game right now. His update pics are pretty impressive. Not to mention, he's peeled as he is. He doesn't really have any fat left to lose, but he's 273 pounds. Now, let's get to Rafael Brandao. I've been a Rafael Brandao fan for a very, very long time before he was ever making any noise, before he was ever top 10 at the Olympia. To me, it's my favorite physique in all of the IFBB. The dude just looks like a Saiyan. He looked like Goku, kind of looked like Trunks a little bit. But so Rafael's taking a year off, and I just think if he puts on the size that he needs and he always comes in pretty good condition. But if he could step up his condition just a tad, and also be full, and if he put on some muscle during this 1 year that he took off, I mean, the guy could be as high as second. I say James or Rafael can be as high as second. It still have to be like the perfect storm, but I just don't see anybody beating Hottie. I can't say they could get first, but I could say if Samson doesn't put it together, like I'm sure he will put it together, but if Samson doesn't put it together correctly, I think James and Rafael Brandao have the potential to edge him out a little bit. Now, number 5 is Horse MD. He's another Milos Sarchez athlete. Milos has got a handful, three motherfuckers in his hand. He's got Samson Dowda, he got James, and he's got Horse MD. Shout out to Milos, she's doing great shit, big shit. Horse MD looks really good. All of his update pictures look good. He's a big guy, tall guy, wide guy. A few months ago, he beat Nathan Diashian, whatever show he beat him in. I don't remember what it was, but I did watch it live. Now, mind you, Nathan didn't look that good to me. I don't think the first show that Nathan won last year, when he first went head to head with Regan Grimes, I don't think Horse MD is beating that Nathan, but who knows. Now, let's go to number 6. This is where it gets a little bit iffy for me. This is tough. 6 through 10, I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm going to go with Moshe Ban. Reason being is Moshe Ban is a good athlete. He's very complete. He's really muscular. He's kind of got the quads are too big for the body thing, but that never really hurt anybody. That never hurt Big Ramy. Hottie used to have, his quad used to be a little bit oversized for him also. No one really penalizes you for having 2 big quads, even if they're Ronnie big. But he's not really lacking any body parts. His calves aren't great, but they're not terrible. But the reason why I think he's going to perform well is because he's working with Psycho Fitness. I don't know if you guys watch Psycho Fitness. He also trains Andrew Jack. Who's that guy? Andrew Jack? He also trains Andrew Jack. And if you look at his YouTube videos, the shit is intense. He really, really puts his athletes through the ringer. He's super, super meticulous. If I'm not mistaken, he's a Charles Glass protege who's like a fucking legend trainer in pro bodybuilding, and he's in there. He's got chains and fucking whips, and he's doing drop sets, crazy drop sets. He's playing the piano and shit on your back and your hamstrings, touching you up and all in your face. And he's very, very motivational to his athletes. And if you guys don't remember when Sean Roden won the Olympian, I think it was 2018. Guess who was his coach for the first year? It was Psycho Fitness. And I watched all of those videos leading up, those YouTube videos leading up to the Olympia, and fucking Sean Roden. That was like a top 5 Olympia physique for me. Sean Roden in 2018. Sean Roden had to be carried out of the arena. He went so hard for that show. He was that diced up. Had to carry dog out. Pretty impressive stuff. Now, number 7. I told you this shit gets tough, but I'm going to have to go with Hakeem. Hakeem. Coming to America. Yeah, okay. Hakeem Williams. Hakeem, if it wasn't for his back double, I mean, geez, sky's the limit for that dude. I'm going to put him, I mean, Hakeem could be as high as 3rd to me. But it's just that back double. He just has the least detail in his back double outside of maybe Justin Shire. Now, Justin, I'm not trying to take a shot at Justin, but his back, whatever he did at the Chicago Pro, where he won his pro card deservingly. I mean, Justin has got a nutty physique, but he lacks that detail just like Hakeem does. And Hakeem, it's like the dude's got everything, but that back, the back is just not there, and it's just genetics. You know, some people don't have this, some people don't have that, and he just doesn't have detail in his back. And he's not going to get it. But if he can be crazy enough from the front, from the side, and the rear lat spread is still going to be pretty crazy. I mean, he can do some damage, but we're going to put him at 7. Now, number 8, and I'm going with Antoine Valiant at number 8 because of his last update pictures. I mean, it's wild. He's peeled up. His chest looks a little, but I think that's just like the angle that he took. But god damn, boy. Antoine looks good. And if you guys remember, he went against Ian at a Toronto Pro 22 or 23. He went against a really good Ian Valier, and he pushed him. He pushed him very well. Some people were like, Antoine. I still think Ian should have gotten it. I think it was a well-deserved win for him. But Ian was full as a house, and he looked great at that show. And Antoine pushed him, and now he's looking peeled up. He got his podcast. I think he's got the support system that he needs. So I'm looking at him at number 8. Now, number 9 and 10. People are really going to kill me for 10. But number 9, I'm going to go with De La Rosa. John De La Rosa, he came back recently from his bicep injury, and he did well. I think he placed second or third at the Chicago Pro where Justin won, and he went against Stanimal. Justin and Stanimal look very good, and he could have arguably won that show maybe, but I mean, it's still Justin and Stanimal. And those are both, I mean, both of those guys are progressing at a high rate. They both look great, and they both have very bright futures, but he was going against Justin and Stanimal. This is a whole different ball game, whole different arena, whole different octagon that he's going to be fighting in at the Arnold Classic 24. The guy's very complete, but I don't know if he's ready to go with the big dogs yet, but he's got a big opportunity to make some noise in this show. At number 10, and this is the guy that came out at the Arnold Classic 2022 when Brandon Curry won, when William Bonac should have won, but they got picky with the gyno. They didn't do that to Ronnie Coleman in like 98 at the Olympia. A little bit of gyno. I think that Bonac should have won that show hands down. I was really pissed. Shout out to Brandon Curry, though. I mean, he's a fucking Olympian. He's world class. So anyways, I'm a little off topic. When Justin came out prejudging at the Arnold Classic 22, we was like, this motherfucker finna win. Justin Rodriguez looked crazy, but I've never seen somebody get washed out right before my eyes like I saw Justin Rodriguez get washed out at that prejudging. Like he comes out and he's just blasting full, he's cut up and he's shiny, and then as he's posing, it's just like he just gets more and more washed out, and by the time he comes out at finals, it's just too late. So I mean, if Justin can get his shit together and get his timing right and get his peak right, Justin can definitely be, I mean, he could be as high as third. You know what I mean? If he comes out crazy like that, he could be as high as third, but I got to put him at 10 just because I haven't seen enough outside of that prejudging at the Arnold 22 to lead me to put him at a higher position. But anyways, guys, that's my top 10. I think we're like 10 days out from the Arnold Classic 24. Look out for my video. I'm going to put out a video as soon as I can when that drops. I'm trying to be first like the people on World Star. They used to be the first comment. They'd be like, first. I'm trying to be that guy. I don't know if my equipment's going to move fast enough. But look, I appreciate you guys watching. This is John Red. This is The Big Take. Don't know if I got pit stains or not, but hey, it's been a long motherfucking day.